Welcome back, everyone, to the FSL Wildrift Open 5, now on the most awaited series, the Grand Finals. My name is Infinity, and together with me as Otarus, and we're your shoutcasters for the series.
We're down to two teams Infinity, and as we've said, there has been storylines brewing all throughout the Open 5. There is the reigning, defending champion waiting in the grand finals and is now going to be challenged by a familiar opponent, Pikachu from Singapore.
Yeah. And we're looking at the histories from both these teams, how they went from the upper bracket, from the lower bracket into the grand finals today. Chasing Dreams so far in the upper bracket has been undefeated. 2-0 up against Sharper, up against Pikachu, up against MXH Lotus Ladies, and now into the grand finals up against Pikachu once more.
A flawless run once again for Chasing Dreams, similar to how they've done it in the past. Again, formerly Chihuahua, formerly One Snap Esports Catalyst, and now it's donning the banners of Chasing Dreams. They said in their hashtags, it's time to realize those dreams, those goals of basically becoming the best female team ever made starts now.
And I don't think that dream is too far. We're here noticing, observing this team's power in the Rift. Two-time champion before, prior to Wild Rift Open 5 and Wild Rift Open 3 and 4. And now this is their third time around in the grand finals, looking for their three-peat, as you stated in the prior series. And yes, they may have changed names, they may have changed the organization, but their power remains the same.
Is it safe to say that we would have a route? I don't think so, because Pikachu is also a formidable squad that we have to take notice of. Again, we just witnessed and we just casted their games. Would their endurance be a factor? I don't think so, because it's all about the momentum. After that grueling 3-game series against MXH, you could see that there's a potential of Pikachu running their place on the top side. We all know that if there is a point of attack that you can do against Chasing Dreams, it's on the top side as well.
Yeah, and this is going to be heck of a game as we jump in to the picks and bans. Chasing Dreams up against Pikachu, game number 1 for the grand finals.
Looks like that we will have Joyin again. For those that are unfamiliar, it's the new name for I would say, the legendary player from the Philippines in the Dragon Lane, Joyin, formerly known as Chabi, formerly known as Yugen,
Yugen.
and is still the scariest Dragon Laner of all in all female leagues of Wild Rift.
Yeah, and their capacity is just too much. The amount of experience, the amount of history, and the amount of knowledge from all of these players are huge. So expect a lot of things from this team. But right now, we're finished on the bans with Corki, Fiora, Olaf, Yumi, Senna, Nasus removed, with Chasing Dreams prioritizing Gwen, and Pikachu going for Ash and Jace.
And this is scary because you have a Gwen that is very flexible, can go to the jungle, can go to the Baron lane, even can be played in the mid lane. This is an immediate response from Pikachu, though. They know what their win conditions are, and on game number 3, they utilized Ash to its perfection. Also, this is third time that we will be seeing Jace picked up for Pikachu. Or no, make it the fourth time that we will be seeing Jace picked up for Pikachu. But I think this time they won't hesitate to put it on Jebi's playstyle, on Jebi's jungle, because Jace has been so effective for them in the jungle.
Yeah, we'll see how these champion allocations will turn out for these players, because right now what I'm seeing is a very stacked lineup so far. Gwen, Karma, Camille for Chasing Dreams. These are all champions that are really strong in team fighting and in their respective lanes.
That's true. What intrigues me the most here for Chasing Dreams, will they be playing Karma for Gia, or now known as No Longer Human? Remember, it's one of the champions that is really favored by Gia's playstyle. The Enchanters, the ability to augment further Joyid's playstyle. They had a break for a season, or for an open, right? We saw the Gia slash Yugen connection be separated at least for one split, but now that they're back together, they're just as deadly.
Yeah, absolutely. Team coordinations of the bottom lane is crazy to think about. So we'll see. A lot of expectations on the line. The bans are now finished. Lee Sin, Renekton removed by CD. And as for Pikachu, they have banned away Nautilus and Galio in the second phase ban.
That's interesting. They're expecting that this Karma is going onto the mid lane or maybe even possible on the Dragon lane. They're banning away the supports that could easily engage onto the lineup of Pikachu. But I believe that if you're looking at the draft and if you're looking at the history of Chasing Dreams, this is going to be a Karma support.
We'll see. Yeah, absolutely. We all know that G has played the specific champion in the past as well. On day number one, we've seen the power of Gia play the specific champion. Although Akali will be locked in as a fourth pick for CD.
We'll see with Akali being locked in. I believe this going to the hands of Rogi. Rogi's Akali is one of the deadlier Akalis that we have in the server right now. Meanwhile, Camille can still be played in the jungle, can still be played in the battle lane. Very flexible draft overall for Chasing Dreams. And there you go. We asked for a marksman. We asked for a dragon lane for Joyed. And they did not disappoint. We have a Lucian here. The question is, will it go over to Joyed? I believe so because the Karma and the Lucian bot lane is just as deadly as the Lucian Nami.
Yeah, you have Tethered, you have a lot of pressure in the early game, mid game. There is a lot of potential for this team, for Chasing Dreams to be able to punish. But now for Pikachu, the last pick is still on the air, but Garen being locked in. We now have drafts for both sides.
Two tanky champions. You have the Gragas and the Garen. The Garen will be on the mid lane, just trying to be as static as possible. Then again, when we're talking about Pikachu, it's all about the top side of the map. They have the Jace, they have the Kha'Zix. Okay, interesting. They're going to elect to put Jace once again in the Baron lane instead of the winning formula of putting Jace in the jungle. They recognize that they need Kha'Zix damage, isolation damage more than a Jace.
Yeah, we'll see though. This is a huge damage in the top lane for Jace because of the range advantage up against Camille. But the question is, how far would that go? We all know Jace will fall off towards the late game. We'll see how this will turn out. And now, Nautilus, paint me a picture for this game number one in Grand Finals.
Just the laning
Early,
phase.
mid game, late.
Sure. Just the laning phase wise, Pikachu's top side looks very scary. You have a Jace and a Kha'Zix. A skirmish between Jace and a Kha'Zix versus a Camille and a Gwen in the early stages would automatically favor Jace and Kha'Zix more. Now, if they are able to play around the top side of the map, win the top side for themselves, snowball from there, then I see a picture of Pikachu winning. Now, on the flip side though, you have the Lucian with the Karma in the bot lane that is just so hard to control. So now the question is, would they be investing their support as the dragon lane buddy in the bot lane for Pikachu, or would they elect to just have a weak side, total weak side on the bot side, and further augment their chances in the top side for Pikachu?
Yeah, how would that turn out? Because traditionally what we've seen is a two category of playstyle from patch 3.4 that has evolutionized League of Legends Wild Rift, wherein the support goes in on top lane for a couple of seconds in the early game just to funnel through onto the level and experience of their ADCs. Well, we see that today here for the Grand Finals.
Possible. Again, just looking at how they drafted it. Pikachu, they have scouted and they have faced Chasing Dreams, this lineup, time and time again. It's now time to put in those homework, those notes, those theories into action as we head over into Wild Rift in the game number one of our Grand Finals.
Yeah, and here we go. We enter the Rift, a very standard position for every single one. ADC supports all in the bottom lane. Garen Akali, individual matchup in the middle lane. And as for top, it's Jace and Camille.
As long as Joyed and Gia are basically no longer human, takes care of the level 3 power spike that Claria possesses, then this is going to be an all-out win on the bot side for Chasing Dreams. Meanwhile, Pikachu's win condition again is Jebby and Banana on the top side of the map. So Den's pathing in the early stages of the game tells me that she's going for a full clear. Blue to the wolves into the full clear on the red side as well. So there is no potential gank imminent for Chasing Dreams on the top side. So that could be a window of opportunity for Pikachu.
Yeah, especially right now, Kha'Zix is there on top side as well. A very mirrored type of setup for both these
Mhm.
teams. And so far, walk me through, Otto, how an Akali and Garen matchup would look like 1v1 mid lane.
Whenever facing against the Garen, the only thing that you need to do is to farm your Riv. There is literally no chance of you to kill down a Garen that has a barrier, that has a flash. So it's all about, just farming the lanes, make sure that you have the better wave clear overall. So that by the time that there will be a 2v2, 3v3 skirmish, you basically win.
Now we're seeing it. The pressure coming in from Rogi.
Mhm.
We've seen Rogi play yesterday in day 1, and Rogi's Akali is on a whole nother different level.
True. One of the best solo laners that we have in Philippines, female Wild Rift, even dating back from the League of Legends PC days. I believe Rogi possesses the killer instinct that no one, that basically few female players possesses. So, and that's the reason why they're very confident of putting Rogi on an assassin because she's one of the best female assassin players that we have in Southeast Asia.
And yeah, and that's complementary of the level of mechanical skills of the same player that Rogi possesses as well. It's just crazy to think about. But now hovering itself down to the bottom lane, let's talk about that lane. Lucian Karma versus Ash Gragas.
It's always going to be about making sure that they don't get all in. Talking about Joyed and no longer human, the pokes, the range advantage will definitely be on their side. And although it's not as apparent because the item choices for Joyed is to go full scaling, later on, as time progresses, once they switch over to the mid lane, it would be more apparent that the Lucian Karma is more deadly as a duo compared to Aya and Claria. However, there's this big caveat. Aya and Claria can help out engages from afar away, right? Remember, you have an enchanted crystal arrow that has been used to be the initiator for Pikachu. So it's kind of a different role, so to speak. One is a carry, while the other one is for utility.
All right, we'll see how that would turn out because right now, 3 minutes and 30 seconds, everyone has their ultimates ready except for Claria in the bottom lane. So this could be an initiation or a signal that we could expect a team fight soon enough.
True. In the mid lane, though, potential skirmish. Remember, there is still damage available for the Garen. Oh,
Then on the left flank, going through 2v1 though, this is going to be dangerous. So opts to back away. Smart move by Chasing Greens.
yep. I didn't notice that there was no ultimate available for Awin. Had it been available, it could have been the first blood over to Pikachu's side. So, yeah, Rogi still has to be very careful because this Garen is one of those champions that is very deceptive when it comes to damage.
Oh, Kha'Zix is there to respond once again.
Arrow?
Enchanted Crystal Arrow connects on to Rogi, but under the turret, a safety layer has been made. Garen cannot go in.
Full reset from our Dragon Laners, and now they're going to mix things up. They're saying, Rogi, you have to go back and go to the sideline, but Rogi wants the resources here in the mid lane and doesn't want to give it over to Joyed. So now Rogi goes home with, I think, enough money to buy the first item. No, yeah, there you go. Finally, a Rift Maker was completed here by Rogi.
Yeah, and it's just too much gold to miss out. If Rogi
True.
went back, and it's going to have a huge disparity when it comes to gold difference up against Pikachu. And so far, right now, 5 minutes into the matchup, Rift Herald and Infernal Drake will come up.
Now, the dragon is being started here by Ten and Company. It's an Infernal Dragon, which is going to help the scaling department of Chasing Dreams. Backs out duty is Rogi. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Pikachu is starting the Rift Herald.
Yeah, and I think at this point, Chasing Dreams have huge advantage getting the Infernal Drake when it comes to the damage potential later on in this game, number 1. And as for Pikachu with the Rift Herald, they can open up certain parts of the map and gain pressure, gain gold in the process.
I would prioritize opening up the top side just because they were already able to take down some tower plates. And as you can see on the item choices for Banana in the top lane, they have the Hall Breaker. So what you want to do is to basically even further the lead that Jace possesses in the side lane but by making sure that the Rift Herald goes to the correct lane. Also, one thing to note, you already have a Dust Plate of Draktar available for this Kha'Zix. So we are nearing that point that this Kha'Zix is going to be very scary in the 2v2 skirmishes.
Yeah, so much damage that could be expected of this certain champion in the Rift. So now looking at that, you have a
Arrow.
two-man roam coming from Pikachu, but the calling just produces so much damage,
Oh.
forcing out the flash from Tarya. Go back to safety that now it's Camille going through Hextech ultimatum onto
Oh.
Jace. The flash will not be enough, and there you go. Jace is in danger, pinned down. As Chasing Greens gets the first blood.
Finally, and a first blood happened here in the grand finals, and it goes to the hands of Chasing Dreams. A very proactive Hextech ultimatum into the death of one member here by Pikachu. That is the Jace, no less. Remember, when we talked about the win condition, we did say that Pikachu's top side should be the better side of all, in order for them to get a chance of winning. And by making sure that Chasing Dreams was able to penetrate that win condition at the early stages of the game, just nets them an overall positive 2k positive already on in the goal department for CD.
Yeah, and on top of that, look at the map pressure that Chasing Dreams is doing. Like, yes, Pikachu has a Rift Herald, but look at the top lane tier 1 turret off them as well. It's not looking that great. And just the amount of gold that this team has accumulated is going in for a team fight. This is a 2v3 so far. Shattered Crystal Arrow denies the potential of Joyet into the backside, but Camille is just too strong. Puts down on Kha'Zix as they get their second kill of this game.
Yep, and Joyed is not yet done. Oh, okay, finally, she's saying, all right, one kill is enough for me to get overall advantages for Chasing Dreams. Clary has to go home. Then and company could basically steal the Scrugs. The Garen is here. And Infinity, another pick-off coming from Chasing Dreams. No Hextech ultimatum, not a problem for them. Basically, it's because Pikachu was the one to aggress, right? They were the aggressive ones, but the counter punch coming from Chasing Dreams was ever so present, was ever so ready. And again, that's a quality of a very good team that has been formed through time and experience.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think about, right? Chasing Dreams is all about taking. They're not giving away anything up against Pikachu. Like 2-0, Infernal Drake, what, 2k gold lead still? There's just too much pressure that Chasing Dreams is providing up against Pikachu, considering that they have Den, they have Rogi, they have Joy, they have Karma to utilize later on at a late stage in this game.
That's true. The scaling is not too shabby for the squad of Chasing Dreams. Every single one of them benefits from the from resources.
Ooh.
Rogi though has to be careful. This is a pinch.
There's two man looking to kill him, going in for the shuriken flip. Will be able to go back away. What a good mechanical play from Rogi. This is what we're talking about, Otto.
It's just Rogi's ability to sniff out any danger and outplay the opponent. Now Rogi is still ever so safe. Did not have to invest the barrier nor the flash. And this 1v1 against the Jace, it's a problematic one for the Jace just because you cannot fully utilize your range advantage once Rogi hides under the Twilight Shroud.
Oh, definitely. Although Rogi's going for the reset, shuriken flip will miss out. There's a pressure in coming in from Pikachu, but so far with Kha'Zix there and Rogi at a very low state, she has to go back and reset.
Yep. This cannon minion though will die anytime soon. And this is problematic for the side of Pikachu because the two members, which are the jungler and the top laner, is still on the bot side trying to clear down the tower. Meanwhile, Chasing Dreams going for a counterplay was ahead of tempo and was able to position themselves to secure another Rift Herald.
Yeah, turret for a Rift Herald trade. Not too bad for both sides. Now closing in to a 1k gold lead instead for Chasing Dreams now. So Pikachu is slowly catching up.
On paper, you would say that, you know, Pikachu is catching up, but the fact that they still have the Rift Herald that they can summon on any lane they choose, Chasing Dreams just has tempo advantage overall in the first 10 minutes of the game. This is what I like about this team. They act as if they want scaling, but they move as if they want to finish it early.
Yeah, and it looks like mid lane will be the point of contention for Chasing Dreams as they want that map control in their favor. But in similar manner, with Chasing Dreams going for the Ocean Drake, Pikachu is looking for top lane.
Jones needs to outplay this 2v1. And this Void Assault, a preemptive Void Assault coming from Jebby.
Oh, Shuriken flip, goes back in. Gragas is in danger. No longer human there to support. Damash and Justice will not be able to secure that kill. Now Den comes into fray. Jones comes through. Hextech ultimatum comes in and gets the kill onto Alwyn.
Oh my god, just the ability to counter, initiate all the aggression coming from Pikachu. You throw a straight, we throw an uppercut. Turned into a haymaker, says Chasing Dreams. 2 dragons for them, taking down the tower in the mid lane, and this looks like a runaway for CD.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like Rogi's potential, we keep on reiterating this. The mechanical skill of Rogi in League of Legends Wild Rift is off the charts.
Just an all-star lineup, say the least. They furthered their lineup by putting a very well, I won't say, an upgrade in the Dragon Lane, but just because you have the chemistry that was built through time, built through years between Gia and Joyed once again reuniting in the Dragon Lane, that's an overall positive for you if you are chasing dreams. And they still have the ability to switch their playstyle by having Dean or Den in the Dragon Lane.
Quite a risky play going for the face check there, 2v1, but then level 11 has the level advantage, has the gold advantage.
I'm sorry, I wanted to correct myself. It's not Den, it's Ken in the Dragon Lane. So many ends for chasing dreams, but still is the end for Pikachu. I know that we've witnessed Pikachu playing clean games 1 and games 3 during the lower bracket finals, but there is still one team that acts as if they are on a different league right now, and that's Chasing Dreams. Look at the pressure that they are presenting right now. With this amount of gold lead, with just 3k, they're putting out the pressure in the red quadrant, in the blue quadrant of Pikachu.
Yeah, and it's not just about the pressure in lanes. They're also shadowing certain lanes. They're shadowing Camille, they're shadowing Jones, they're shadowing Joyed, and this is just the potential of this team. They could pivot themselves into the bottom lane engage or the mid lane engage, depending on what Pikachu does. The adaptability of this team is flawless.
True. Allbreaker helping by a bit, but it also gives away some information that there are some teammates of you backing you up. Look at the pressure. All waves are pushed in, Chasing Dreams, getting the resources, getting the wolves, getting the blue in the process. And if you are Pikachu, your map is as dark as a Nocturne Soul, which is basically not yet here in Wild Rift, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
There's just no amount of vision that they can see Chasing Dreams come from.
Zarya in danger. Very low state on HP. Transcendence Embrace further damages these champions from Pikachu, and they cannot just do anything about this. And Atlas, quick question. What do they have to do at this point?
They just have to rely on the long-range engages coming from Pikachu. You have the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. You have the Explosive Cast. But it's not giving them enough angle.
Hexic ultimatum onto Kha'Zix. He sets up the Stasis Enchant to delay this ultimate coming in from Camille, but onto the backside. Rogi coming in. Enchanted Crystal Arrow denies Akali, but the Shuriken Flip is still there, going in for the flank. Will be able to secure a win. And now it's Jones going through with a 1v1 up against Jace. Jace is stuck under the tower, but the Culling will secure the kill as Chasing Dreams eviscerates Pikachu.
Finally, Chasing Dreams says, playtime is over. It's time to go for the aggression. And the Enchanted Crystal Arrow not being available for a couple of seconds netted Chasing Dreams the go signal to go full aggressive in the bot side of the map. That was the territory of Pikachu. That was supposedly the territory of Pikachu. But Chasing Dreams is saying, you know what, with the amount of lead that we have, with the amount of pressure that we have, with the mechanics that we have, we would outplay you in between your towers. And Chasing Dreams, game number 1 at 15 minutes, I think it's safe to say that this is a 90%, maybe even a 95% win for CD.
Oh yeah, definitely. 6-0. How many gold leads? 6k gold. 2 dragons in the bag. 3 item power spikes for pretty much every single one for Chasing Dreams. This is going to be hell of a difficult time for Pikachu to be able to make it back, but we'll see. Miracles happen. Pikachu makes it. This could be their game 1, but we'll see. Then now coming through to go in for the engage. Culling once again will be able to secure that kill. 1 member down. Chasing Dreams has the member advantage.
And then just in time for the Mountain Dragon, but Chasing Dreams is not going to go for the Mountain Dragon, rather goes for the Baron. This could be the opening that Pikachu needs. A steal here would prolong the game, would strengthen the chances of Pikachu to come back. Steal?
Oh, will not be able to secure it. Kha'Zix, that was so close though. Now Rogi comes through. Hexic ultimatum to follow up. Double kill already. Make it a triple as Chasing Dreams has the advantage. They min stop Pikachu 1 by 1, removing every single one with Aya remaining. This is the game-ending objective that they want. It's a Baron Nashor along with it to phase through and push down Pikachu.
That didn't sound right. A minced up Pikachu is not a picture I want to picture, but that is what's happening right now. Infinity chasing dreams with the Baron buff. Never mind the recall, never mind the reset, never mind the unspent gold. We're going to push through the pressure that we have. Enjoy it at the forefront of everything. We'll take down 2 towers of Pikachu.
Yeah, but Chasing Dreams, a very methodical playstyle. They're respecting the potential for Pikachu, and now they're retreating. They want a flawless win, and with the resets coming through, with CDs, death timers coming in, they reset instead.
What do you do if you're Pikachu? Even if I'm on their support staff, I don't know. There are just so many champions to ban away. And the win condition of playing around top side is there. They have the champions to utilize it. Maybe it's time for them to go even further. Look at the damage that Joyet possesses right now. Just eviscerating Graga's health in an instant.
That just hurts so much. I mean, Joyet at this point is so fed up. It's just too much damage. Tanks from Pikachu are no longer tanks with this fed ADC.
Now, all they have to do if you are chasing dreams is to make sure to push through the minions on the bot side, and you would have 3 exposed inhibitor turrets. Transcendent Embrace being used. Last hurrah by Pikachu.
Yeah, it's going to go all in. Chasing Dreams, going for the Nexus. This might be the game-ending push already. Nexus is half HP, and Chasing Dreams is looking for the win as they strike first in Grand Finals.
It's a quick 1-0 for Chasing Dreams. This Grand Finals is proving to be a test for Pikachu, an ultimate test, because so far, all across the board, Chasing Dreams does have the win.
And as always, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best, and this is the object. This is the objective for Pikachu to overcome.
Joyed, the MVP performance by her. But do not be mistaken, every single member of Chasing Dreams was just so clean, was just so disciplined, and was just so aggressive when presented the opportunity. 1-0, 12-0, a flawless win. The only objective that Pikachu was able to net in that game was 2 towers and 1 Rift Herald. Outside of that, nothing. It was just a clean out from Chasing Dreams.
Yeah, and just look at the graph, right? Look at the potential growth, exponential growth of Chasing Dreams all throughout that game. No given advantage for Pikachu for the whole matchup.
What a way to basically dictate or make a statement on game number 1. We'll see if there would be any I would say adjustments from the side of Pikachu. As you can see, the problem is ever so present. Joyed is still very formidable in the Dragon lane, but the other lanes are also now too shabby if you are Chasing Dreams. So we'll see if there will be any adjustments that we would see from Pikachu, because right now it does look like a stomp.
Yeah, but before we jump into game number 2 though, we're gonna jump to a short break, but don't go away, because when we come back once again, it's Grand Finals, game number 2. And welcome back everyone to the FSL Wild Rift Open 5, powered by Intel and Yahoo for the Grand Finals, and now we're already on game number 2 in favor of Chasing Dreams.
What a clean way to start the day if you are a Chasing Dreams fan. And if you are Team Pikachu and the supporters of Team Pikachu, you have to scramble all the faith that you have, the hopium, because this is a gigantic task, a tough task to really upend the favorites in the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of pressures, not only for the side of the opposing team for Pikachu, but also the pressure on Chasing Dreams' shoulder. Like, this is going to be their 3-peat championship for Wild Rift Open if ever they win it. And for Pikachu, they have to beat the best to become the champions for FSL Wild Rift Open. So there is a lot of pressures for both sides. But we're now nearing onto the picks and bans for game 2.
Let's see what will be the focus this time by Team Pikachu. Still on the same side, Chasing Dreams on the blue has the opportunity to go for the Gwen Prio once again. Are they going for a Gwen Prio, or are they going to focus on Delusion? Because we saw the potential of the Delusion from Joyed. That has been a problem for Pikachu to solve, not just in the early game, but also in the late game.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Like we've seen the Gwen before, we've seen Gwen being the priority by CD, but Pikachu is pivoting themselves into banning away the support champions. They're really targeting onto Gia
Mm,
because these are all Gia champions.
true. I'm hoping that this time around we are going to see Jace in the jungle. I just see Pikachu more comfortable in Jace in the jungle, and basically, hopefully they put in the Renekton or
Hmm.
put a Renekton on the top side. Just really further their playstyle and
Yeah.
their identity of playing top side. Because I don't think that you would be winning on the bot
Oh.
side. Okay, this is a good denial though. The question though is it enough? Again, we're talking about Joyed here. She has a lot of champions at her disposal.
Yeah,
So we'll
you
see.
still have the Ziggs available for chasing dreams. You do not belittle these champions. You still have Kaisa as well. Ezreal is an open champion for
Mm-hmm.
chasing dreams to pick up. So it's no
Oh.
longer, denying a single champion, but
Mm-hmm.
you still have a lot of flexibility to utilize for CD.
3 out of 5 champions secured for chasing dreams, leaving the support and the dragon lane are open for the taking, or as the last two champions to be picked here for chasing dreams.
Yeah.
Now we see the Lucian Nami who are heading over to Pikachu. Sorry, Infinity, to cut you off, but
Go
this is
go.
actually a good win condition.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, this is the problem, or this is the good thing about League of Legends Wild Rift. Like, ban away certain champions, but you cannot ban away every single champions in the Rift because CD, they're going for the first 3 picks that they've done from game number 1, aside from Lucian, but in similar draft.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, right? Sometimes it's no longer the champion; it's the player itself. Is there a way for you to ban out the player? Not here, not in this tournament. So we'll see. There are still some other options for Joy to go with. You did mention the Ziggs. Did she play Ziggs yesterday?
I don't quite remember, but considering that Ziggs is just a huge priority right
Uh
now
huh.
in the meta, I think it could be a good option for them.
Because if she will be playing the Ziggs, that I believe is one of the first few times that I would be seeing her
Yeah,
on a mage champion.
that's true.
Oftentimes, I see Joyed on a marksman, traditional marksman, and
Hmm.
the closest spellcaster that I see Joyed on are the Sennas, the Varus. So
Oh
we'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think it's going to happen as well. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because if they lock in onto Ziggs, they're going in for more of a monotonic damage category draft. They're going for all in AP if they lock in onto Ziggs. So that is still an open question. What will Chasing Dreams pick? Samira.
I'm sorry, I had to. That's a very loud chuckle from my end. I'm sorry for everyone that's watching, but this is just too much. Chasing Dreams just flexing that they can play anything. Goes for Samira and Rakan in the bot lane. And when we're talking about Samira, this is a very different champion from what we are accustomed in
Oh
seeing. This
yeah.
is not your traditional marksman that would go out and carry the damage from behind. She wants to go inside. She wants to be at the middle of everything, and dish out the damage in clashes and skirmishes. But on the other
Mhm.
side, I also would love to commend Pikachu's ability to recognize that they need late game,
Yeah.
and did elect to go for Jax here. So now you are seeing, or we are seeing once again, that Pikachu goes back to their roots of putting Jace to on the jungle, and Jebby so far twice today that she played Jace, 2 times that they won the game.
Yeah. So we'll see if this will bear benefit to Pikachu's side, Pikachu's draft. And what I like about Chasing Dreams so far, you talked about Samira, the crazy thing about the flexibility of this team, the flexibility of these players as well, is you also have to consider that Samira is not a champion that you can easily use. This requires a
Mhm.
high level of mechanical skill. And I think with the capacity of Joyid at this point in time, with the amount of experience that she has, she's really capable of using Samira in this grand
Yep,
finals.
it's a champion that I can use. I don't know if you can. Can you use Samira?
I could use Samira, don't get me wrong, but probably like a
What?
0-10-0 KDA.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm just kidding around. But yes, it's a high skill cap champion. It
Yeah.
it's a champion that you need to play aggressively, not passively. Some
Mhm.
of the champions that we have in the marksman role, like for example, the Caitlyn, you can play
Yeah.
from behind, right? Or you can play the distance game, like the Ziggs. But this is a different play style. You have to make sure that your combos, your skills hit. By the time that you hit letter S, that's when the fun starts. So it's an exciting time to be a fan of Wild Rift because
Yeah.
now we are exposed to another champion, and I'm not sure if it has been picked yesterday. If it was picked yesterday, I want to ask you, Infinity, how did it go? If it didn't get picked, then I
It
guess
didn't.
we have to. It did not. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Good. So now it's time for us to buckle our seats and enjoy the show.
Bro, I've been buckled in since a while ago from game number 1. What are you talking about?
Nah. You know, Samira just is. There's something interesting about
Yeah.
Samira that really, I would say, elevate the amount of action that I am
That's true.
anticipating, at least in this game.
That's true. That's true. So a lot of expectations on the line for chasing dreams, and also in the same manner for Pikachu as well. Can they make it? Can they change history? Because a while ago we've seen the bracket, upper bracket, Pikachu and Chasing Dreams already met, but Chasing Dreams were the ones who put Pikachu on the ground. Were the ones who put them in the lower bracket.
The bane into the existence of Pikachu. Wait, what? Very aggressive.
Ooh, this is what you're talking about a while ago, Otaluz. The aggression coming in from Samira is
Mhm.
being observed right now. First 10 seconds of the game.
They just don't care. Claria have held here, and still, I think with the Relic Shield still available for our supports, they would be a-okay. Again, in Wild Rift, the execution threshold, even for ranged champions, is at 30%. It's unlike PC. Right now, though, Rogi on the Akali once again, but this time it's going against a more standard mid laner
Yeah.
in the Ari rather than the Garen, right? Earlier today, we saw Rogi, or at least on game number 1, we saw Rogi just, farm without any problem at all against the Garen. But this time, with the range advantage that the Ari possesses, she will have to be more cautious.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially if the charm connects, it's a no-go for Rogi. Especially considering that Akali is not really the most sustainable champions in the Rift when it comes to mid lane champion selections. So that could also be a layer of caution that you were talking about for Rogi to just be wary against Pikachu.
Oh, very early invade and a snatch away. That's a good start overall. Jebby again on this Jace proves that she's more than one-dimensional. And whenever you give her this champion, she can make, things work for her and for her squad.
That's true. That's true. I mean, the map presence once again by Jebby that we talked about in the prior series in the lower bracket final was so much. And we're seeing it once more how Jebby just roams around the map, is able to put pressure on enemy jungler, and I think this is really favorable for them because you're considering that enemy jungler is Gwen, and Gwen isn't really the best when it comes to an early game phase compared to a Jace.
If Pikachu ends up winning this game number 2, I'm willing to message the manager or the captain of Pikachu and tell her right now to never go Baron lane Jace, because Jebby, again, so far today, at least today, we have seen her play this champion twice. Wait, an all in.
Grand entrance coming through for Aya, very low. Now follow up from Joyed, will not be able to secure that kill, and so far, there's a bit of an aggression being shown here by CD.
Look at this.
Jace coming in. This is pre-mag roll coming from Pikachu, and now this is the turnaround that they want. And Joyed is almost
One
dead.
more.
The shock blast will not connect. The sidestep, phenomenal from Joyed.
Just a pixel away from hitting the primary target in Joyed. Jebby dropped the ball there, and Pikachu, just to add insult onto the injury, did suffer a lost upside.
Charm connects. Jace follow up. Two-man roam. Rogi is probably dead at this point in time. But delaying it. The flash is there, but Jace is there to follow through with a flash for Flash Baron.
Still, just the fact that they were able to burn the flash off this Jace is a net positive for Den and company. Chasing Dreams now is facing a challenge from Pikachu. Pikachu is saying that we're not going to lose without a fight. That's the first kill that they have in this series. Remember, it's a flush out earlier today. Infinity, that was a clean 12-0 or 10-0 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Now Pikachu secures the first blood, at least for their team.
Yeah, absolutely, in the grand finals as well. And this is a good indicator of their capacity. I mean, they're adjusting, they're adapting up against Chasing Dreams here in grand finals. This is going to be a very interesting state. And something of a trivia for a Samira is that Samira's sustainability is down the drain. So Bloodthirster would be expected most of the time for this champion.
And also, sometimes you go for Black Reaper just to make sure that
yeah.
you have enough HP. Because again, it's not your traditional marksman. It's more of an in-your-face marksman. So you need sustain items in order for her to last while going for the ultimate play. And again, Samira, or this is the first time I'm seeing Joyed on this champion, so it just gives me something to be excited about. But what I'm also excited about is the proactiveness of Pikachu to make plays on all sides of the map. And again, when talking about Jax, it's expected that the Jax would be slow, at least in the early stages of the game. But come later, once she finds all those items, this Jax would just be the carry of Pikachu in the late game.
100%. I mean, who are you comparing into the late game? What, Jace? No. Ari? Probably not. Lucian? Sure. But Jax would be the center of it all when you're talking about the late game, as you've stated. And as for Chasing Dreams, you have Den as well. You have Rogue, you have Joyed. So this is going to look quite intense from both these teams here in the grand finals right now, with Pikachu, with Jace hovering themselves on top side, looking dangerous for Jones. Uses up the flash over the wall, still safe. Hextech Ultimatum to deny it might potentially be an outplay, but instead, Jax will be able to secure the counter-strike stun onto Jones to secure that kill.
Another Jebby play, this time on the top side, this time converts into a kill. That's a very timely gank. However, they don't have enough resources to challenge this. I don't think so.
Yeah, we'll see though.
Or maybe
this still be a clutch. Chasing Dreams will secure the Rift Herald for Samira, for Joyed. And now this is a 3v3 on the river. Taria on the middle of the fight. Den is in danger, but Rogi once again looks to go for more. The damage is there, but a counter strike stuns onto Rogi, and that will secure the kill for a win.
Too aggressive coming from Chasing Dreams. There is no business at all for them to chase the members of Pikachu. They should be content of securing that Rift Herald. And yes, they were able to secure the Rift Herald. It was Joy that was able to get the last hit. Still, it's a positive for Pikachu. They were able to challenge the Rift Herald take. They were able to get 2 takedowns as well. Or was it 2 or was it just 1? I think that was just 1 takedown, right?
I think so.
Not sure.
Not sure. But regardless though, another objective is now up in the Rift. Ocean Dragon is going to be the next point of contest rather, for both these teams. But everyone has vision, so really scary position from both sides. There is a pressure in the middle lane for both teams.
Better fight overall. And now Pikachu's Baron Laner is recalling. Maybe wants to buy a boots. No, wants to have more damage. Bought longsword. Bought a dagger in the process. So this Jax is very scary, but look at the pokes. The pokes is just piercing through the defenses of Chasing Dreams.
Yeah, it's just too much power right now coming in from Jebby, as you stated here in the early game. Jace has just too much potential to deal damage up against Chasing Dreams, and so far they're starting the Ocean Drake, but Chasing Dream knows.
Yep. Joyed has to be careful. She has no business
the
going
charm
in.
Connects onto Rogi, half HP already, but the all-in coming in from Rogi will be able to secure that kill. And Rogi's still alive with 1 HP. There's no shot. And now Chasing Dreams into enemy jungle. They're going through, and Gia with a double man grand entrance is key to victory. But Joyed is down with a kill coming in from Jack, and now Jones is in danger. The 1-by-1 pick up by Pikachu is the road to their success.
True, and the Ocean Dragon is delaying the backups coming from Chasing Dreams. Overall, a team fight win for Team Pikachu. Again, the front to back. Joyed being too aggressive at that point, doesn't have damage yet. Wait a minute, Dan is still here. Steal?
For 3 trade, not gonna be able to. Pikachu will secure the Ocean Drake. Rogi is there, looking for the finish, looking for the punish. And now, very dangerous spot. The Sky's Bloom will check her out, as that will be another kill for Pikachu.
Pikachu with a landslide victory in that team fight was able to get multiple kills, was able to get the dragon, and was able to extend this game and possibly the series into a potential game number 4. We talked about this with our prod. They're saying that at one point Pikachu would just go Bankai. And I think this is that game, right? They're way ahead of the competition right now. They're 3K ahead in gold. They're 5 kills ahead. And now I think Chasing Dreams has to play passively, has to play reactively, just to make sure that Pikachu won't break open this game even further.
Otto, let me just say, wrong
What?
anime.
I know.
It should
That's
be
the thing.
evolution to Raichu.
I know. But I was quoting our director. He said Pikachu goes Bankai. And,
Okay. You know what?
it stick through
Makes
my
sense.
head.
That's fair. You know what? Ash won with Pikachu not evolving to Raichu, so that's fine. We'll see though. Right
true.
now, Pikachu.
You know what? That's the oldest Pokemon that didn't evolve. Wait, hold on.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true. But both these teams are mirroring their pressure on side lanes.
And now Pikachu is getting towers left and right. They have a Jax that is very scary. All made possible by the Jace pick. Again,
Yeah.
Jebby on this Jace has been so superb all throughout the day. And in game number 2 of the grand finals, no different.
Yeah, and the thing about this is we talked about how Pikachu's composition would heavily rely on a Jax. And Jax at the moment's KDA is off the charts. Really, really strong. And the gold accumulation is there as well. So Pikachu is on the right path to win this game too.
True. I'm not 100% sure if that would still continue on as Joyed now has 2 items with her. She now has the black, not the black cleaver, the bloodthirster, and the infinity edge. So at some point, once she gets access onto the back line, if the exhaust won't be there for Aya and company, she could be the biggest difference maker. We have to brace ourselves for the Joyed pop-off because time and time again, this new player from Chasing Dreams has proven to be the clutchiest player of them all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, new player in the organization, but one of the oldest players so far in the Rift. We'll see though. Right now in the bottom lane, a 1v1 on Jax and Jones. Going through and through. Ultimates are ready. Forced out. Hextech ultimatum onto Jax. As that will put Jax in danger.
so
Tidal
tanky.
wave to zone away the enemy team. Will not connect onto anyone though. And that will burn Jax one by one. Bit by bit. They get the kill. And now it's Aya going in for the calling. Joyd is in danger. Flash over the wall. Going through and through. And the fire will not be burned as Den is now in danger. Has to retreat. Has to go back. Pikachu has dominated that team fight.
It has been the story of so many clashes so far. Even if Joyed unlocks her full potential and goes spin Rooney in the middle of the fight, the exhaust from Aya has been so on point. And remember, Nexus negates, 30% of your damage, half of your damage, and even slows you down in the process. So Joyed, 0, 2, and 1, not really the best game so far. But I'm not saying it's over. It's so hard to bet against this player and against this team. Still, all signs are pointing towards the direction of Pikachu getting this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Dominating a team so far. Pikachu, you know what, we were being so critical of them, but their mental fortitude is insane. They're keeping up from the lower bracket finals into the grand finals today, having so much advantage now in game number 2 up against CD.
5-0 in 5, by the way. 100% kill participation for Jabby on this Jace. God, it's like a match made in heaven. She's like, born to play this champion in the jungle role. So
For sure.
I guess that's that. This is like the best possible win condition that Pikachu could ever achieve, in my eyes, in my opinion. And they're doing so right now. 20 seconds away from the Mountain Dragon. And when you look at Pikachu, they're doing the right play, making sure that they cover some, eliminate some vision here in the objective, spend those unspent gold, and later on, as the team fight progresses, they would be more than ready to face against Chasing Dreams, even sending the Jax top lane.
Yeah, and this is what we've commended Jabby for. This is what we've commended Jace for in this game, in this tournament, in this series. How the map presence is there, how the map control is there for Jebby to enable her teammates to be better, to be
Mhm.
aggressive, to go for more riskier plays that is beneficial for this team.
Yeah. Jebby has been my favorite jungle player, at least for today.
Charm
And
connects
she's not
onto Gia.
disappointing.
That is there though. Zones away the enemy team. So far, no casualties for Chasing Dreams.
Yep. That still is Rakan, half
Charm
health.
on the left flank. Jones is in danger. You have two members trying to catch up, but a Mountain Drake. Take note. Pikachu will be able to take this down. Two objectives for them. It's in their favor. Now Den is very low, but Jax is being zoned away by Gia.
Joy
Has to
Ed!
sacrifice her life, and now Joy into
No
the
way.
backside
Ooh.
will not be able to secure that kill, but Jax is not done. Jones is looking for death, as double kill will already be secured as Pikachu dominates another team fight.
4 people down for the side of Chasing Dreams, and time again, Pikachu finds the angle, finds the assassination onto the marksman of Chasing Dreams, and with Jax in an extended team fight, things will go your favor. 3 items already for this Jax. Jebby again on this Jace. 707, perfect. 100% kill participation. I bet the damage is also off the charts, and Pikachu
Yeah.
wants this Baron.
Brother, I'm glad that you mentioned about the 707. 100% kill participation so far, and with the huge advantage they have, no info for CD, they secure the Baron Nashor uncontested.
What a way to bounce back. Game number 2 again. Pikachu with his Baron buff could open up this inhibitor turrets. Could possibly go even for a 1-3-1. They can have Jebby. They can have Jebby be put on the side lane. She's very effective as well in the split push category. She has the Edge of Night, so it's kind of hard to really go all in on her. We will see what Pikachu would do here. I guess this should be a standard 1-3-1. They're not going to send Jebby on the side lane. Rather, it's going to be the Baron laner and the mid laner on the side lane. Textbook 1-3-1 coming from Pikachu.
Yeah, Otto though, are they able to make it back from this huge deficit?
The possibility is close to 0, I guess, because just right now Pikachu's playing perfect, but Rogi has other plans. She wants to assassinate this Ari.
Go for the right flank. Shuriken flip onto the cannon minions. Just huge respects onto the Ari, because that charm, if that connects, it's over for Rogi.
Yep. Awin is the one piloting the Ari, and the 1-3-1 commences. They don't want to team fight 5v5. They want to break apart the formation of Chasing Dreams. They want to break down the towers as well. And Pikachu is poised to take another tower in the bot lane. 3 towers overall, with the Baron power play committed here by Chasing Dreams. Sorry,
For
by
sure.
Pikachu.
For sure. Pikachu right now, good utilization of the Baron Nashor, going in and pressure in all inhib turrets in all lanes. And Ari looking for that charm, will not connect though, but still huge damage being presented in this game number 2. Inhib turret down mid lane.
Even the tower in the top lane is going to be broken apart to pieces. And with an exposed Nexus, let's see if Pikachu decides to end this.
Pikachu wants to go for an even level playing field. They want to go even up against Chasing Dreams, and that they do. It's a 1-1 to the grand finals.
Jebby should play Jace only. That's it. That's my biggest takeaway, because if Jebby plays Jace, so does, Pikachu's potential becomes realized. And again, the MVP, there's no other player more deserving of the MVP than Jebby in the Jace. 707, 100% kill participation. And hopefully, as we look into the damage department, we're going to see how much damage was dealt by this Jace. It was actually the Jax. It's the top and the top jungle synergy coming from Pikachu. The win condition for Pikachu realized finally on G2.
Yeah, it's very prevalent. I mean, Jace's job is to get map presence in for the top lane, in the mid lane, for the rest of the crew. And 100% kill participation means that she's probably the center of what those engages look like. And Jax is there to suffice those damage output for this team as well. This is grand finals that I'm looking forward to and what the viewers want.
Very well played from Pikachu. It's Chasing Dreams now to go for the adjustments. And again, it's just so refreshing to see Chasing Dreams lose. I guess it's safe to say that Chasing Dreams so far has been flawless. No losses, no game loss, no series loss whatsoever in this tournament. And now they are presented of a threat in Pikachu. Pikachu is saying, you know what? We might be down, but we are not out.
Yeah, it's a new look, as you stated. It's a breath of fresh air, and this just states the signal of the power of Pikachu in this grand finals. Two of the best teams in FSL Wild Rift Open 5. But more of that after this short break. So don't go away, because Game 3 is upcoming next after this break. And welcome back, everyone, to the FSL Wild Rift Open 5, powered by Intel and Yahoo. We're your casters. We're the same people. My name is Infinity, and this is Autolus, and now we're on Game 3. And the surprising part about this is now we're on even level playing field, 1-1 on the series so far.
Just the perfect puzzle solver, right? For if you are Pikachu, all I need to do is to put Jebby on Jace, and all my problems will go away. We'll see if Chasing Dreams would finally respect this Jace pick, because we've seen it time and time again. It's becoming a trend. Once they put Jace on the jungle for Jebby, things go positive for the side of Pikachu.
Yeah, and another thing about this is I have a quick question, Autolus, because so far from what we've seen, there is a prio ban for Pikachu onto GS champions, right? Karma, you have Nasus, you also have Nautilus, I believe. There's a lot of these support champions being banned away on their first phase ban. Should they do the same thing, or should they pivot themselves into banning away the potential for Gwen or Camille or the likes of these champions?
They have proven that they can go toe to toe against the solo laners of Chasing Dreams. So I believe staying with their game plan of attacking the dragon side of things, targeting down the champions of Gia would benefit them in the long run. But looks like we have a very big adjustment coming from Chasing Dreams. They would be getting the Corki that could be easily played by Joyed. Now that means that we have Jace open once again for Pikachu. And I think this time it will be at the hands of Jebby.
Yeah, and the interesting part about this is now they're banning away the Gwen instead of picking it up for themselves. So a very interesting sort of bans here for CD. And as for Pikachu, they're going in for a similar route from game number 2. Jace and Lucian, first 2 picks.
True. Now all they need is steady support in the dragon lane. I know that the Lucian and Nami is a very formidable combo, but I think what they need now, with all the damage that they have, is a very good initiation or engager. Much like the Nautilus or much like the Alistar or the likes. But we'll see.
Gragas and Galio is also open if ever they want to go and pivot themselves into an engaged champion that could also be a peeler for the team. Because as you stated, Nami is good, but even then, Chasing Dreams stocks it in.
And now they have chosen once again that Jax in the Baron lane. This Jax was very effective on game number 2. Same set of champions, at least in the top side for Pikachu. You have the Jax in the top lane that would solve most of your problems in the late game. You have Jace in the jungle that presents a huge amount of damage. If I'm Chasing Dreams, I would go for a very aggressive jungler as well. Maybe even go for Xin Zhao. Just because you can dictate the tempo if you go for that champion. But it does look like that they are content in playing the Camille in the jungle. We'll see.
Yeah, interesting. I was hoping and I was looking forward into an Ari ban potential, because for Pikachu, this is what more or less like looked into pivoting themselves into denying the Akali, denying these champions. And right now, Pikachu is looking at Rogi. We have to ban away Akali. We have to ban away Yone. And as expected, CD banning away Ari as well.
She still has Zed though. So she gets if she gets her hands on Zed, it's almost the same playstyle, right? You go in, you assassinate one, or not really assassinate one, but okay. It's a long time since I've seen Lulu, but this is also one of the enchanters that you can pair with a Lucian.
Yeah.
Whimsy, Wild Growth, Polymorph, all skills that Lulu has, actually very effective.
Oh, a double support draft for Chasing Dreams. Could be a Rogi Galio for this one. But we'll see though. As you stated, the
There you
Xin
go.
Chao would be locked in for this draft to deny the potential of Lucian to be able to deal damage with the Crescent Guard.
And not just him, it's also the Jace that you're solving with the Xin Zhao pick, right?
Mhm.
Jace is very scary with those long range bombs, long range shock blasts.
Yeah.
And I think this is the time in where it. I'm not a coach, by the way. All right, they have a coach with them. I think it's Yato, one of the pro players that we have. But I did say Xin Zhao, I did say Zed, and both of them got picked up by
Yeah.
Chasing Dreams.
And a while ago, we mentioned Gragas to be one of the engaged champions that Pikachu could pick up, and they're locking it in. I think
There you go.
you're a
We're on
prophet,
fire.
Atalus. And
I
I
know.
think that's the reason why I'm the play-by-play and you're the analyst. Because you know what? I'm here to look at the
No,
champions.
I'm just not too fast with my, with the way I speak. You're just, the better, faster rapper, I would say.
Well, stop it. Stop it. We're complimenting each other. Right now, though, for game number 3, what are you looking at?
The
for
most
this
interesting
two
part
drafts?
here is that we have Gragas in the mid lane. Oftentimes, we see Gragas in the support role that would go and build tanky items. But now, Awin's role is to be a wave clear bot in the mid lane. I'm not
Mhm.
100% sure if she would elect to go full glass cannon because against the Zed, if Zed goes ahead in the mid lane, you can expect Awin's life to just be so miserable all throughout the
Mhm.
later stages of the game. So Awin has to be careful. Maybe even build Roa just for that extra sustain.
Possible. Yeah. Or pivot herself into like prioritizing Stasis enchant. Maybe just a safety net up against the Zed. There is a lot of potential that what do you call this? That Alwyn could pivot herself into. So that's
Mhm.
now a question of what type of execution are these teams going to make? What type of adjustments are they going to do for this game 3? Because as I've stated a while ago, and as we mentioned a while ago, both these teams are 1 point right now in the grand finals in this series.
That's true. You're now down to a best of 3, right? So whoever wins this game number 3 would put all the pressure on the opposing team. And we all know what is what potential Joyed has on this champion, Corky, right? The C game gold medalist, Dragon Laner. If there was an MVP in that tournament, that would have been Joyed, no questions asked, right? Every time that we see her on a traditional marksman like Illusion, like a Corky, things go positive onto their side. But now there is a threat that is being presented here by Pikachu. They have an anti-AD carry in the Jax. They have a very good Jace player in the jungle. So we'll see how this will turn out.
Yeah, although I feel like it's not as pressuring up against the Jax because Corky isn't really the traditional ADCs, right? Corky would deal hybrid damage, would deal AP damage
Mhm.
along with AD damage. So maybe that
Oh, it's
could
not
work for
Joyen.
them. Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you seeing this, Infinity?
Yeah. Joy's in the jungle.
That's interesting. Okay. What are your thoughts?
I haven't seen Ken play. I've seen Joyed all day long yesterday.
I
So
think Ken played one game yesterday.
oh really? I'm still on
Yeah,
the
it's a
air. I'm
marksman.
still on the air. But
Uh,
I think from what I've understood, One
Uh-huh.
Snap Catalyst, Ken was their ADC like
Yep.
all throughout, right? So still, Gia knows Ken. Their team coordination is there because prior to Joy coming in, they are teammates. So regardless, I think it is still going to be viable for the team.
And Joyed's macro knowledge would be put to test right now. She's
Absolutely.
very aggressive. We understand that. We know that. She has this trigger that she pulls at any given moment if she finds an opening. But macro wise, is she prepared to face against a jungler of Jebi's caliber?
You're right. We'll see. We'll see how this would turn out. Like, how would Joyed mirror the map presence that Jace has been providing for Pikachu all along in game number 2? Right? How would that reflect for Chasing Dreams? So, a lot of expectations and a lot of pressure at the same time for Joyed.
True. This is just so interesting, a very different game overall. Now that we are presented of a substitution coming from Chasing Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Still, the win condition for Pikachu remains the same.
Yeah.
Once they win the top lane, they basically solve half their problems. We also have to take note of the itemization here by Howin in the mid lane, and it does look like it's going to be Rod of Ages just for that extra sustain, extra survivability against the Zed.
Look at Joyed being seen by the ward though. Although, Atalus, walk
Yep.
me through to the win cons for both these teams.
They have this. Okay, I'm looking at the late game win condition for Pikachu. And it's just going to be about the Jacks. Meanwhile, Chasing Dreams, they have a well balanced composition. Hold
Ooh.
that thought.
1v1, that mark onto Gragas, although that's not enough. Rogi just used it as a defensive skill to go back up against Gragas. Hextech Ultimatum though, being very
Over-aggressive?
aggressive. As you stated, Joyed coming in, they take the first blood, but Joyed is in danger. Pixie is there, transform, and you are down. It's a 1-for-1 trade in this 3-minute mark.
What a way to read Chasing Dreams over aggression. The Claria being at the right place at the right time and was able to get a kill in return was huge for Pikachu. And you presented me the question as to how they're going to win. Joyed has to find an angle to make sure that she will be able to be a nuisance against Aya, against Jebby. But that's not the way to do it. Diving under towers, especially at this point in the game, is over aggressive at that. And it's okay. It's between 3 minutes and 4 minutes in where you basically still would have the cooldowns available. You could see that, some emotes is being shown here in the mid lane. I guess Awin is putting on the pressure and is making sure to send the message that, hey, you know what? You cannot kill me without a retaliation from my teammates.
Yeah, you're right. And Rogi does the same thing. Hey, you do it, I do it too.
Right. Okay. I'm liking this. Oh,
Jace, that mark going through explosive cast. So close,
to
but
the
yet so
skies.
far.
To the skies was auto targeted onto the cannon minion. But I don't think Rogi was vulnerable in that state. Now no longer human is here in the mid lane, and Gia on this champion, Nami. We've seen it many times, and we've seen carry performances from Gia as well in the support role.
Definitely. And right now, everyone's going for the resets. Matt and Drake, Rift Herald coming up. What will be the objective prio here? As you stated a while ago, early game would be Rift Herald, but at this point, would that be different here in Game 3?
If I'm chasing Dreams, I would still go for the Rift Herald. Mountain Dragon is okay, but it's not like the best early game dragon or 5-minute dragon. Because again, it's very healthy and health total. So what normally happens is the backup would be there. Wait, solution play.
Chips out the damage or chips out the HP of Ken is stuck in the
no,
Dragon
Ken
Pit.
is
Has
stuck.
Valkyrie though. Has package going through over tidal wave, knocks up on to Gragas, but not enough. Jebby still safe.
Yep. And it's a 4v4. Pikachu is relatively healthy. Chasing Dreams is still going to contest, even though they have decided to elect for a 2v2 or basically a dual lane to push down the bot lane. Look at the minimap. Look at Chasing Dreams playing the map right now, Infi.
Yeah, they're looking for that tier 1 turret mid lane, and in the same manner, CD is going for the bottom lane as well. Mountain Dragon, though, being started off by Chasing Dreams. Very low stage for Joyed and also Ken. That mark into the backside, going through and through for the ultimate,
Joyed dead.
Joyed is down, and that is the jungler away for CD. And that with gone, they have to retreat from that objective. Valkyrie to go back away. They kill down Gragas, but Jace is on the forefront.
Look
from
at the
Pikachu,
pokes.
and they kill on another. Ken is in danger, but that, in the end, will be a 2-for-2 trade.
True, it's an even fight. After everything is said and done, still though you can see that Chasing Dreams was able to get multiple tower plates in the bot lane. Pikachu, meanwhile, also did their fair share of damage in the mid lane. Not really the best debut of Joyed in the jungle. 2 times in a row that we see her go in so aggressive that did not really net her the outcome that she wanted. The 2 disguise was just too much of the damage coming from the Jace.
Right.
And now Jebby is back again with the kill potential. 3 kills already on this Jace jungle.
We'll see. We'll see. Joyed uses the smite onto the Rift Scuttlers. They have to buy time to get that back. But in that process, Chasing Dreams will secure the Tower First Blood into bottom lane.
True. At least something positive ongoing for Chasing Dreams, and it's. I think this is the first
You're
time that I've
starting-
seen Rift Herald be ignored.
Oh yeah, actually questionable. I think both of these teams don't want to give any value onto one another. But right now, Chasing Dreams will secure the Mountain Drake, and Pikachu still have yet to take a value away from CD because they've lost a turret. They've lost an objective in the process.
Uh huh. And now they're leaving their mid lane for Ken to defend. Now Chasing Dreams has their sights over to the Rift Herald.
Jones over
Jones?
the wall. Stun is there. Hextech ultimate to follow up. The chain of skills has been locked in, and that will take the kill onto Alwyn. Ken is in danger though, half HP already, and Pikachu goes for the counter engage,
What?
and they killed off the jungler for Chasing Dreams.
Is that a sacrifice? A sacrificial play by Joyed? I think so. They were able to get a tower, but there's no reason for her to go in again. At that point, I think you have to use your crescent sweep to its full potential. Joyed had no business of going in at that point, but that's okay. If you are Chasing Dreams, at least you were able to secure another objective. Now Jones does have the Hull Breaker, but
For
won't
sure.
be able to finish down the tower.
Yeah. Although even if Pikachu did not get the Rift Herald, they were able to get the mid lane tier 1 turret. So
Yep.
much value after that. Map control is in their favor.
And remember when I did mention that once Awin goes behind on this Gragas, she will just be a target practice for the Zed. It's happening right now.
That mark, Rogi, danger, Jax just comes in, gets the solo kill.
That's a huge momentum breaker for the side of Chasing Dreams. Pikachu getting the kill onto Rogi. That's what they need. Awin's Gragas 0-3 and 3. 1k behind, can't basically challenge the Zed.
Oh, look at Joy's HP down low. A quarter HP left for the jungler for Chasing Dreams. They have to pivot and retreat. Because if they go for an all-in, they have HP disadvantage.
And you have the Jax just being left alone to take down the tower in the bot lane. Pikachu's win condition, top side of the map. Accelerate your Jax. Make sure that Jebby on this Jace impacts the early game to a point that everything breaks open for Pikachu. So far, in the first 10 minutes, so good for them.
Yeah. Now, expectedly, a very interesting item choice for Nami, for Gia. For Seraph's Embrace first item instead of enchanting items. What do you think about this one?
Good AP scaling. Does have the shields coming from the Seraph's Embrace passive. So I guess it's relatively okay. Corki is not the best champion to enchant. If it's an AP champion still, right? This
Yeah.
guy's in the marksman.
Yeah. Look at the backside though. Rogi going for the right flank. That mark is going through, going to get that kill. Rogi is exhausted, looking for another, producing a lot of damage. The jungler for Pikachu is already down. Rift Herald is gone, but they get the tier 1 turret mid lane.
Finally, the engage that Joya was looking for. Another engage onto the top side. She has to be careful.
Followed up, Hextech ultimatum onto the Jax. This is very risky, but the use of flash would be phenomenal, and Jax would return back to safety.
Yeah, now Joya is putting on the pressure. Again, just being able to assassinate the Jace in the mid lane was huge enough for Chasing Dreams to take one tower in the mid lane, another tower in the top lane, and was even able to steal the resources from Pikachu. We did praise the Pikachu's ability to weather the storm in the early stages of the game, was able to make sure that the Jax was able to get some space, but Jebby has to be careful. She has to remember, if she goes down, so are the chances of Pikachu, because she's like the heart and soul of this team. Most of the gold is being funneled onto this Jace jungle.
Yeah, it's old. I mean, you have the Yuma's Ghostblade already. Duskblade already is there as well. So, pretty much just a statement of gold accumulation that this jungler has for Pikachu. And so far, they are 4k, 3k gold behind against CD.
They also need to buy Serpent's Fang, just as respect to the item of Joy here. The Gargoyle Stone Plate would easily be negated by the Serpent's Fang, and there's basically no Serpent's Fang user in Pikachu side. There could be one, and that's Jebby on this Jace, but
Mm-hmm.
we've seen this time and time again. You have two armor penetration items that would just have Edge of Night as her third item.
Yeah,
So I don't think there would be anyone that will be building a Serpent's Fang on
we'll
Pikachu
see.
side.
We'll see. How would Jebby play this out? How would the items look like? Because these are very important key role and key factors into deciding like how much damage would you provide, how much significance would you do for those team fights. And right now with the Ocean Drake alive, both these teams are just hovering around the Dragon's Pit.
All right. I think this is the first time in a long while that I've seen only one Rift Herald Salmon in the game. But that's okay. Joyed starting this dragon.
And Pikachu is just around the corner. Ken uses up the
Package.
package to cut off this whole team fight. That Mark into the backside
Oh.
onto Jace. Uses up the Stasis Enchant to just buy time. But there you go. A kill traded for the objective.
Another sacrifice was made there by Chasing Dreams. I think Ken does not have stasis yet, and that's the reason why when she went in with the package, she just absorbed a million amount of damage. Also, Lulu again, Wild Growth being available could easily upend any potential engages, but they have to be careful. Flash away is Banana in the Baron lane.
Oh, Jace, follow dog, so much damage. Crescent Guard don't
Wow.
knocking back a lot of these members for Pikachu. And that will be an immediate double kill for Chasing Dreams. And they're going for it. They're going for an all-in engage. Jack is in danger. This is their key player. And with Jack's gone, Gragas is gonna fall. And that will be an accumulated 4 kills for Chasing Dreams.
A triple kill for Rogi, and we did say that she's not all about Akali only, right? She has the Zed. Similar playstyle for Rogi, an assassin, very good in finding the angles, and Pikachu had no business in contesting that one out. Again, the rotation coming from Chasing Dreams was not expected by Pikachu, and Pikachu losing that top tower, also losing the Baron in the process. Looks like Chasing Dreams has finally solved the dilemma of how to solve this Jace jungle problem.
Yeah, just punish. Get the kill. Problem done.
True.
Right?
Make sure you win the mid lane, right? And that's about it.
Yeah.
Again, this Gragas is not really the best mid lane that I've seen from Awin so far. I guess you can make a case that, you know what, Ari could have been better.
Yeah, and there are still like golden times that we've seen Alwyn be playing these carry AP champions, but as for this game 3, I think what they're doing is more of we want more utility. Maybe focusing on Aya as their damage dealer, but the problem is they're lacking towards the potential for Awin to be able to just punish Chasing Dreams with a carry champion. So we'll see
And
though.
Yeah, and this is also what I was expecting from Chasing Dreams. They're not going to heavily rely on Joyed alone. They can play around Rogi, and this is what they've done here in game number 3. One tower down. And looks like we'll
Tidal
still have another push
wave.
here.
2-man knock up into the backside. No follow up. Jax is already dead. This is their key player once again. Removed by Chasing Dreams. This is their problem. They've removed their problem. That is their solution. No inhibitors left. And Pikachu is holding for the last sliver of hope. The Nexus will be the target for CD with all minions crashing down. This is looking for the second win for Chasing Dreams in the grand finals.
One game away from cementing another championship for the team of Chasing Dreams. Again, Open 3, Open 4 champions, now on the verge, now on tournament point of getting another championship under their belt. MVP, Rogi, very well deserved.
Yeah, I mean the assassinations into the backside, the damage dealt rather of Rogi from that game 3 was phenomenal. And on top of all that, like the positions of Rogi was amazing. Looking to pivot onto damaging Aya, damaging Jax, damaging Jace. These are key players from Pikachu that Rogi was able to punish.
Yep. One visit in the mid lane was actually enough for her to snowball out of control. Rogi is just one of the best solo laners that we have in the solo in Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
That I've seen so far. And in this game, forget what happened on game number 2. Rogi is here to represent or reintroduce herself as one of the carries of Chasing Dreams moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the good thing about Chasing Dreams, and what we've observed all throughout, and even what the prod production and observers have observed all throughout this team for Chasing Dreams, is that everyone can be MVP because of the performance, because of the capacity and their ability to excel in the rift.
True. A five prong attack. You don't know where the damage is coming from. Now Joyed reintroducing herself to everyone. I know that we are so accustomed in seeing Joyed in the Dragon Lane or in the marksman role, but she's saying she's more than that. She's the initiator now. She's the one doing the shot calls probably, and making sure that the early game will go in their favor. And so far, at least on game number 3, mission accomplished for Yugen or for Joyed.
Definitely accomplished there the change and switch in roles, but for now that is game 3 that we have seen, and we're already at match point for Chasing Dreams. But before we go into game 4, we're gonna take a short break, so don't go away. Welcome back everyone to the FSL Wild Rift Open 5 powered by Intel and Yahoo, the grand finals, with match point already for Chasing Dreams, with 1 game away for the championship title.
Right. Again, in the making, a three-pit in the making for most of the players that we have are Chasing Dreams. Again, from Tsuwaha to One Snap Catalyst, now donning the banners of Chasing Dreams. But nothing's changed. They have a new player that is basically playing a new role in Joyed, but still is not a problem for them. I did think, I thought that, when Pikachu had their hands on the Jace, everything would be okay now, but because of that Xin Zhao pickup, it was a lot harder for them to go through with what they wanted. Also, not to mention that Awin's play on game number 3 leaves so much to be desired. So I'm hoping that on game number 4, it will be a bounce back for the middle laner from Pikachu.
I see. So you want game 5 then?
Who doesn't want game 5, Infi? Don't you want game 5?
Of course I want game 5. This is the grand finals.
Oh,
for
sure.
FSL Wild Rift Open 5, right? As for the draft though,
Yep.
what will be the expected changes that we need to look forward to for the draft of Pikachu to be able to make it back and proceed into that game 5 that you're hoping for?
Let me check the sides first. I think the sides will be Pikachu chooses blue for the first time in this grand finals. There will be a difference now. I think the Jace priority would still be okay. But if presented of the opportunity to snatch away the Corki from the squad of Chasing Dreams, do not hesitate in doing so. Yes, Jebby on the Jace has been very effective, but there is a possibility as well that Chasing Dreams won't pick it as their champion, right? They're playing Joyed in the jungle. And if there's one thing that I do know, or I've noticed, at least on game number 3, she wants to be the stabilizing factor in the early game, so not too much on the damage. So it's more of like a tanky / utility jungler type of role.
Yeah. So I'm really curious, like, what would the bans look like? Because if you have a similar bans that Pikachu has been doing so far, Camille is still going to be open, these champions are still going to be open. And as for the side of Chasing Dreams, if they ban away Jace, this like puts a stop mark for Pikachu on what they're supposed to do or what they're going for in this next draft. So a lot of questions up there in the sky, like what will happen, the what ifs. So we'll see if we're gonna expect something different here for game number 4. Let's jump in to picks and bans.
Oh, Karma priority for Team Pikachu. That's just to take away the Karma from Gia. Again, no longer human, is very proficient on this champion. Now Chasing Dreams is saying, you know what? Autolus, you're wrong. We are willing to pick up the Jace for ourselves.
Yeah.
I just remember they have a very solid solo laners. And it's possible that this Jace will go in the mid lane or in the Baron lane.
Yeah, definitely. And if ever it comes down into a jungle Jace, we're talking about Joyed here, right?
Oh, we don't have Joyed? Is that?
Oh, we don't
that
have
right?
Joyed?
Oh, we don't have Joyed.
Oh, so it's Den.
Okay.
I see. Interesting switch in players here for Chasing Dreams. Here in the match point, game number 4. So maybe that's something different. And there's a pros and cons into changing players, is that there's variety, right? There's a mystery behind it. what is that mystery for Chasing Dreams?
They just are very strong right now that they can field anyone from their team and won't lack power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going back to their original five, the one that won the last Open. Remember, it was one
Yeah.
snap catalyst with this set of five players: Jones in the Baron lane, we have Dan in the jungle, Rogi in the mid lane, and then the combination of No Longer Human or Gia and Ken in
Mm-hmm.
the Dragon lane. So I expect the same level of confidence coming from them. They have only uh, lost one game, Infinity, all throughout the tournament. And Chasing Dreams, I'm guessing they want to end this now in game number 4.
Yeah. I mean, the history between four of these players before Gio went in were from Chuaa.
Uh-huh.
Right, with Ayapi during that time, and then you transition into One Snap wherein Gia came in, and then after that you have Joyade coming through now for Chasing Dreams. So a lot of history made, and team coordination for these four teams or for these five players have been so much. And now with the bans being locked in, Kha'Zix, Lee Sin removed by CD, and for Pikachu they removed that Ziggs.
I'm trying to look for what other picks is available at present right now for Pikachu. Corki has been removed. Corki is one of the champions that I'm expecting Ken to play in. Oh, okay. Well, it's no longer the Corki, but it's going to be the Ezreal. Ezreal is also as effective. It's a long range champion in the Dragon Lane, still a marksman. Is able to do huge amount of damage, but the question still
Mhm.
persists for Pikachu. Is this the second time that we're going to see Awin on the Gragas? Because they already have the Karma, unless they were willing to play Senna.
That's true. That's true. That's still an open question there, but Kaisa will be locked in. And I want to track back a bit on the Ezreal of Chasing Dreams. Ken has played this champion in the past in Wild Rift Open 4, and
Yep.
her Ezreal is phenomenal. And when I mean phenomenal, I meant it. This is a really strong champion in this player's hand. So expect a lot of things from Chasing Dreams this point in time.
Okay, and then we have a traditional marksman as well. This time for Pikachu. Whoa. A
Yone.
sneak peek into Open 6, I guess. This is the first time that we see Yone be picked up, at least for today. And you did say that yesterday no Yone was picked up as well. Oh, I think there was just one Yone that got picked up. Now Pikachu is set out to prove something that, you know what, they're not a one-trick Jace in the jungle. I'm guessing
Mhm.
that Jebi would be the one to play this Yone in the jungle.
Yeah, so it's another Alwyn Gragas champion.
Yep,
So
that's
they're
true.
really putting Alwyn in a position of utility, in a position that is a team fighting capable champion, is a team fighting capable player for Pikachu. And I think at this point in time, you really just have to do anything. You have to put all your eggs in one basket and put it out there because it's going to be really, really important, especially that Pikachu is now in a huge pressure. The Chasing Dreams is on match point.
It is indeed scary, though. Again, the performance of Awin on game number 3 isn't really optimal for their team's goal to win the championship. But as we say,
Mhm.
there is always a better tomorrow. So I guess on game number 4, Awin is on a mission here to prove that her Gragas is also an effective champion. Now, on the other side, we see Rogi on Zed once again. No Akali, no problem. So that's just show the flexibility that Chasing Dreams has
Yeah.
right now in their 5-man squad.
Yeah, and from what you've mentioned about, you know what, there's always tomorrow, I remembered, if
What?
you're not a good chat today, don't worry. There are other ways to be useful. I
Yeah,
remember
of
that
course.
line from Valorant, bro.
I
But
know, I
yeah,
know.
regardless, I think there is still a potential always to be useful, and I think that really applies here in this game. Because Gragas, yes, Alwyn would not be the best damage dealer in this draft for this grand finals game number 4, but she would be so much of a utility, so much of a team fighting capable champion.
True, true. Again, the Gragas is being under the microscope of Autolus and Infinity for a reason. And that's just because on game number 3, she was targeted down. The first gank was put over on the mid lane, and all snowball coming from Rogi's side was made possible by the gap that we saw in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Now it brings us the question: will this be a different turnout? Will this be a different performance for coming from Awin in the mid lane? because they sure need to have the best and optimal performance from all their members to make sure or to push this series to game number 5.
Yeah, I like that. Game number 5, please. Chasing Dreams, Pikachu. I'm looking forward to that game 5. But remember the history between these teams. It was Chasing Dreams that brought Pikachu down in the lower bracket in the past. And as of yet, Chasing Dreams has been undefeated 2 times in a row. And some of these players have been 3P champions already, 4P champions already. So take note of that. Chasing Dreams' experience is just too much at this point in time. But as always, you can beat down the kings or the queens of Wild Rift. You can make God bleed.
That's an interesting quote coming from one of the films that didn't really do well in the blockbuster.
Oh, really?
Talking about, yeah, Batman v Superman wasn't really the best film.
I think you're gonna upset a lot of fans.
No,
here
of course
also.
not. I mean, come on, Martha, let's go.
I like the
They know
pivot.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, sure. Have you watched it though?
Of course not.
And that's the reason why you are willing to claim and to use that code. Anyway, we have Rogi again
course.
against Awin here in the mid lane. And well, this is a matchup that I would say favors the Zed a lot, just because you have infinite resource. You don't really need your mana. You don't have mana to take care of. Another thing is this Gragas would elect to go defensive and go for Rod of Ages, and we all know that Rod of Ages doesn't really fully realize its potential up until the 7-minute mark or 9-minute mark of the game. So
Yeah.
Rogi has a lot of window to make herself effective in this lane and potentially roam into the side lanes to gallop
sure.
and help out her teammates.
Yeah. And remember, for the new viewers coming through, for the new players of League of Legends Wild Rift, Rod of Ages has like 5-minute build time. Right now, though, Chasing Dreams is going through, looking for that engage from
bound.
Pikachu.
Oh, no.
They're going in for a
Rogi's
full-on
here.
aggression. And now Yone is dead with the first blood coming through for NLH. No longer human, takes it down with a lot of gold injection for Chasing Dreams.
Yeah, and that Soul Unbound play coming from Jebi in the jungle was easily read by Rogi. What she did was she waited for the soul to come back and dealt with basically a jungler that has 5% health. And yes, I know that it was the Ignite that took down the kill. Still, it's a very good play coming from Chasing Dreams.
Yeah, and even if the support took that, that's still huge value.
Assist.
Why?
Yep.
First of all, they were able to punish the enemy jungler. Second
Yep.
of all, they were still able to get that first blood, which puts a huge goal towards Chasing Dreams with a lot of assists. So overall, still good for CD.
True. You just wanted if you were Chasing Dreams, you wanted that kill over to Rogi just to hand over the buffs that was present from the jungle. But that's okay. You take those. And look at this. It was actually the blue buff that was transferred over to no longer human, which means infinite heals, infinite skills in the bot lane.
That's true. Like, look at NLH. One skill down, full mana every time. So that's really, really good when you consider that. And now that punish coming in from Yone means that Den has a little bit more advantage when it comes to rotations and jungle pathways. If you're looking at the map, they have the Rift Scuttler in the bottom side, and they're looking to take their second on top side as well.
Yeah, and now Dan is going for the full wave clear on top quadrant. Would be able to get her items at 4 minutes. She was spotted, but that's okay, right? There's no imminent play whatsoever on the top lane. Jones would just push out the wave and go for a reset as well for herself. So I think the tempo and the pace of the game, at least for now, Chasing Dreams is going unpunished with the summoners that was invested earlier.
Yeah, for sure. So right now, we're back into a very stale matchup. We're in after that first initial engage. Pikachu is now playing very safe because they're punished. They have to accumulate these losses coming through from the early game. But now Rogi, as soon as I've said that mark onto Gragas will be able to secure that kill. Level 5 ultimates, man.
I know, it's just so hard for Awin to control the threat that Rogi possesses on this champion. I just don't think that Gragas is that. I don't think Gragas is the right answer against the Zed. I just don't think so.
This is a problem that you've mentioned a while ago in game number 2, wherein
Mm-hmm.
Alwyn went for the Gragas as well. If Gragas goes in for a glass cannon type of build path, wherein you're going for the full AP build instead of a tanky build,
Mm-hmm.
you have a huge disadvantage up against Rogi because you have a lot of combos to
True.
consider. Conqueror as well for Rogi. The death mark is there to produce a lot of these burst damage from
Mm-hmm.
Zed. So there's just a lot of risk that Alwyn has to consider building into a glass cannon build path.
True. No Roa, even more problems to survive the all-ins coming from
Mhm.
Rogi. And as the Gragas, you don't have any other role. You really have to face Rogi on the side lane because that's what the meta is right now.
Yeah.
You basically put the dragon laners onto the mid lane and have
Mhm.
your solo laners meet up on the side lanes. But you can see that Pikachu is going full aggressive here and would be able to secure a Rift Herald, no contest.
For sure. So that is really good coming to the side for chasing dreams. And for Pikachu, they got the Rift Herald looking for that punish onto the tier 1 turret mid lane. Tidal Wave though will be a 4-man knockup. Yoni
Woo!
with Fate
Fate
Sealed
Sealed.
will be able to go for the knockup on the backside. Takes the kill onto Ken.
That's a proactiveness that we are looking for from Pikachu, and they were successful in not just taking down the tower in the mid lane, they were also able to take down Ken's life in the process. Very beautiful combo coming from Jeby's ultimate, the Fate
Yeah.
Sealed, and also the Gragas, the long engage or long range damage from the
Explosive
explosive
cast,
cast was actually enough to assassinate Ken.
Yeah, that was massive. Like the failed seal, the zones away the two members from Chasing Dreams, disabled them to even defend their tier 1 turret. So really huge values coming from that. But Rogi though, oof.
This is very different from what we are accustomed in seeing, but that's okay. Because now you're seeing that they are sending Aya by herself on the side lane, in a long and extended in a long and extended lane. Normally, when this happens, you would expect the Chasing Dreams would go for the punish, but it looks like they are the ones that is going to
Yone,
get
Gragas.
punished there.
Jones is in danger. This is a 3-man roam looking to kill down Jones, but the launch along with a flash will be able to return back to safety for the Baron laner for CD.
Yep, Chasing Dreams then gets their tower in the top lane, I guess. Oh no, not yet. Tower is still alive, so they have to wait for another wave. Meanwhile, Pikachu is going to mirror that one out and take the tower for themselves in the bot lane. Still, the one big difference for Pikachu is that they were able to convert a tower in the mid lane, which is the more important tower that we have here in the game. So, in this do or die, Pikachu is doing their homework, doing their diligence of at least throwing their punches and making
Yeah.
sure to not bend their knee as early as now.
100%. I mean, we sound like a broken radio because of the constant reiteration that we do for the significance of tier 1 turrets, tier 2 turrets in the mid lane. It
True.
gives you a lot of map control and jungle control up against the enemy team.
Yep. And they also now have the queen of the late game, Kaisa, that would be able to join the fight from a mile away just because of the killer's instinct. We'll see though, because this is almost the same time in where we saw Rogi pop off with 3 kills.
Mhm.
So with 2 items completed, this is when the Zed is at deadliest. So you could see that Rogi is now making sure that she has her presence felt by Pikachu.
Yeah, along with the Black Cleaver as well, so more sustainability for Rogi, not going for the full lethality or full penetration build
Yep.
so far on this Zed. And Chasing Dreams, looking just pressure out and given a lot of these map presence across all lanes.
No one can stand toe to toe against Rogi now. I guess you can send Banana for a 1v1 bot lane, but even Banana won't have the best time against the Zed. Especially
Yeah.
now that he has the Black Cleaver, 2 items already completed to what, 1.5 item for Banana. So Rogi has been like the win condition every single time out for Chasing Dreams.
You're absolutely right there. Chasing Dreams at the moment has been on the precipice of success, and so far Pikachu is slowly climbing up into the hill that Chasing Dreams have done all throughout the years. And right now, though, Rift Herald coming up in 8 seconds. What would potentially happen here, Otto?
Yeah. If you are Pikachu, you can elect for a very good engage by going for the Fate the Fate Shield, but they're deciding against that. And they're giving away this Rift Arrow for free. They're
Yeah.
respecting Chasing Dreams too much. And I think it starts with Rogi.
You're right. Rift Herald immediately spawned though in the middle lane. So huge
It
pressure.
is.
They want to trade back into the tier 1 turret map control. Jones in the front lines going for the repose.
Let's end the bridge.
Locks on
Okay.
in. Explosive cast. Disengage.
Where's the Fate Shield?
Not to go through. Fate Seal will lock in onto one.
Oh!
Followed up by the flash
Wow!
body slam from Gragas. Will be able to take down through. That's massive for Pikachu.
My God! From below, and now it's not yet done.
Yeah, Camille is there. That from above. Going through and get that kill. They lost 3 of their key champions. And Rogi is left alive, but at the cost of 3 of their teammates.
The Fate Sealed engage coming from Jubby follows through with a flash body slam, but Rogi is here.
That
Oh
mark
my
into the
God.
backside. Claria's dead. That will be a secure trade on that kill. But still, not enough because that is a 3-for-1, 3-for-2 trade.
Yeah, good for Pikachu to realize that Chasing Dreams lacks a member, and the member that wasn't with them was their star player in Rogi. And Rogi with Rogi not present, they were able to push down 2 towers. Although, the big caveat, if you are a fan of Chasing Dreams, that you were able to secure another dragon for yourself. Also, look at the tower on the top lane. It's being pushed here by Pikachu. Another good engage from Pikachu's jungler could be the difference maker. All of a sudden, we have a series
Mark.
here.
Onto Aya along with those shurikens. Almost catches up. If that redemption enchant is no longer there, that could have been a kill for Zed.
So, Roki's so good in putting in the pressure. Yes, she was not able to assassinate Aya, but that's okay, right? Just as long as your threat is ever so present, especially now that she's, halfway reaching level 13, in where her cooldown ultimates will be less than 20 seconds, or maybe around 20 seconds. That will be the time in where you won't mind, even if your ultimate gets stasis. The only thing you want to do, even if your opponent has stasis enchants, is to put in the pressure to make sure that they are going to be scared of your initiations. And so, Rogi right now, again with 10,000 gold in her disposal, she's basically the win condition for Chasing Dreams. If Pikachu can negate and can assassinate Rogi in one of these clashes, things could go in the favor of Pikachu, and we could be at the precipice of a game 5.
Absolutely. And look at that. Rogi, at this point in time, has already locked in onto the Triforce.
Trinity
So,
Force.
3 item power spike secured.
Yep. A dueling
For
Zed.
Rome, Yone is in danger. A lot of poke damage. Rogi
My
goes
God.
into the backside, goes in. Claria is dead. That's already a double kill for Chasing Greens. And they're looking for their third. Gragas is stuck in the middle as that's a double kill for Dan.
That's the difference when they have Rogi with them. When they start the fight, Rogi's damage is just so absurd right now. 3 item power spike. Now it's knocking down the inhibitor turret in the bot lane. Infinity.
Oh, they're
Chasing Dreams
canceling.
breaks open the base of Pikachu.
Oh, I was so scared there for a second. Fiora was able to cancel the recall. Kaiso was left alone in the base.
Could have been the finish. Could have been the finishing touches, but they had to respect the golden nexus. Oh, no longer human. Cancel the recall. Chasing Dreams will go home. Spend those unspent gold. Could go for a play, a 4-1 split push, in where they would focus down this Baron while sending one to be a decoy in the Dragon lane. We'll see. Claria was able to put in some vision, at least for now, but Scrying Plume, I believe, would detect that one out, or maybe not.
Oh. Wrong direction. Well, misdirection, not the wrong direction. It was still good to check out the potential depth rushes that Pikachu might be going for. But
Look at
Yone
Rogi.
now in the backside misses up. That just the knockoff
Oh, Aya's
coming in,
dead.
and now Aya with the depth mark coming in.
Oh,
Rogi
Rogi's
is
dead.
potentially dead, as that will be a kill coming in for the ADC of Pikachu. And now then locked in onto the Hextech Ultimatum, followed up by the Camille. This is just a huge turnaround from Pikachu, as that
Wow.
will be a triple for this team.
And now Pikachu is in the process of defending the tower, defending the base on the bot side. Would they have enough time for a Baron takedown? The answer is no. At 20 seconds, most of the members of Chasing Dreams is going to revive. But you could see the win condition here for Chasing Dreams. The win condition for Chasing Dreams is to ride Rogi's presence. And if you are Pikachu, if you take away Rogi out of the equation, the chances of them winning would just be so high. Another catch. Jones. Oh my god.
Oh, Jaya uses up the flash though. Tidal wave to disengage, but she's stuck. That is Green Members looking to kill her. The root is there, coming in from the tether of Karma with the
Aya?
Transcendence Embrace. That will be a short kill by Aya, chasing Dreams in the backside, but Yoni coming in. That will be a knock-up, but the trade will be locked in. A 2-for-1 for now. Rogi coming into the fray, into the backside, looking to kill down Claria, but the shadows will be putting Rogi back to safety. But this is not over, as Den uses up her Proto Belt to catch up. The end, it's a 2-for-2 trade. Even level
Rogi
playing field so
smurfing.
far.
Rogi is smurfing here, Infinity. Just, the level of confidence that Rogi has in her mechanics. Going in, going out, and of course has the backup of her teammates. Then will be able to get her hands as well on the blue buff of Pikachu. Again, taking away the resources from Pikachu. 3 dragons in the making for Chasing Dreams. The Mountain Dragon will spawn up in 20 seconds. You could feel the pressure from Chasing Dreams side. They want to make sure that Pikachu would crumble down and fall, and they're doing just the right amount of pressure to do so.
Absolutely. This is looking very, very intense for both teams. Huge pressures on the shoulders of Pikachu as well. What do they have to do? Because even at that state, even if they were able to get a kill lead up against CD, they're still at a huge goal deficit.
3k behind, 2 dragons behind, and now Jones is splitting the map like she's supposed to do. Rogi again is the biggest wild card here for Chasing Dreams. If she gets her hands on primary targets of Pikachu, the chances of Pikachu... Oh my god! Oh no, this is
going for the shadows. That mark on the Camille rather. Hextech ultimatum with the lock in onto Jones, but still a kill secured. And now when it comes to the dragon, Jace will be killed, but that is in trade of 2 kills coming in.
It's a flash that was invested, and now the tower is just being broken apart here by Chasing Dreams. Top lane tower down. CD now has basically secured 2 open inhibitors for the side of Pikachu. They are on the chase here, Infi.
Now from the backside, going in for the flank. Rogi goes for the death mark. Yona is down. Make it another double kill already for the assassin of Chasing Dreams. They're looking to go and reach for the stars.
The Baron is open for the taking as well. Ken and company knows what's up. No contest whatsoever can be done here. No smite for Pikachu. And then 4 people alive here for Chasing Dreams. They can just take this down. Unless Aya has something to say.
Aya is there alone. Tidal wave disengages onto Camille. And so far that negates the potential engage coming in from Pikachu. And that's really massive. Just baiting out the TP.
Yep, that's true. That still is information gathered by Chasing Dreams. And they could do a take 2. Remember, they still have unspent gold. They could do 2 things. 1, wait for the Elder Dragon, or number 2, force down the Baron. With 2 inhibitors open for the side of Pikachu, they won't have as much freedom to contest this Baron. They don't have priority all across the map. And, going for objectives without priority is just like a suicide that would go in the favor of your opponent.
Well, I mean, Suicide Squad was a winner in that movie, so maybe.
Yeah, well, that's true. Suicide Squad 2, though. It's not the first one was a flop.
Yeah, I guess. So we'll see if that could be reflected into this game. But so far, 1 team fight alone can change the whole game. Chasing Dreams, if they win a 5v5, they get the ace. Remember, 2 inhibitors were down.
Yep.
They could definitely finish the game. Fate sealed, but Stasis Enchant will deny it along with the repose. 2-man knockup with a tidal wave.
Yep.
Puts Pikachu's HP
look
at
at
a very low
Rogi.
state. And Rogi on the right flank going in. That mark denies onto it, but the Shurikens will still land the finishing blow.
Rogi's mechanics is just on a different level. Inhumane. Just finding the right angle. Even Aya. Oh no, Aya is down for the count here, Infi.
Hexic Ultimatum, GA is going to be popped onto Dan, now Chasing Dreams is looking to get those kills. Denmark onto Gragas will secure it, and now they are left with 2 members left for Pikachu. Chasing Dreams may end the game, and this is GG's, and your champion for Wild Rift Open 5 is Chasing Dreams.
What a way to cement another championship for Chasing Dreams squad. Open 3, Open 4, and now Open 5. Your champions, Chasing Dreams. What a way to end that game. Again, that was because of the pressure that was made available by the 2 pushing waves, and Jones again with the finishing touches. Just go for the Nexus.
It's so good, Autolus. It's so good. Like how Rogi played all throughout that game was phenomenal. It was crazy to say the least. And with that, this team is now on a 3-peat win in Wild Rift Open 5, in Wild Rift Open 4, and Wild Rift Open 3. And on top of all that, you have to consider that Gia has been like 4P champion already, 5P champion already.
Really? So
yeah,
Gia's
because
like
they won Open 2, Open 3. That was
how about Open?
GS
How about
Aries.
Open 1?
Open 1 was NSL. So
okay.
so at this point, it is like 4P champions. See,
So,
Gia.
Gia. So Gia has been like the biggest MVP so far this tournament. And back to back tournaments, and Chasing Dreams. Again, it's not their first rodeo here in Wild Rift Open 5. But when their roster was revealed for everyone in the public, we did say that, hey, you know what? This team was built to dominate not just FSL, but also other tournaments. We're looking at SEA Games. And this is actually a good start. Joyid on game number 1 was unstoppable on the Lucian. On game number 3 was auto-filled in the jungle and was still very effective. And on game number 4, Chasing Dreams did elect to go back to their original 5 and was also able to end the dreams of their opponent.
Yeah, and it's tried and tested, right? I mean, the history of these teams, Gia, 4-time champion now, the rest of the crew, 3-time champion. Yugen now is also what, 2-time champion consistent? 2-3 time. So I think there's a lot to take in. There's a lot to consider here when it comes to this team. The power of Chasing Dreams on this team is going to be dominant, not just today, but for the future.
Remember, guys, it's not just them that has the opportunity to show themselves or show the world what they're capable of. The next time that FSL will have their tournament posted, make sure to join the tournament, because sometime soon, there needs to be one good challenger against this team. And maybe it's you. Maybe it's your squad.
Oh, definitely, right? There is always that opportunity to bring down the queens of Wild Rift. And congratulations once again to Chasing Dreams for winning the whole Wild Rift Open 5 in a dominant fashion. So last thing, can we look at the bracket to just see the history of what these teams came from the upper bracket and the lower bracket?
There you go. Just one loss in the entirety of the tournament, from upper quarterfinals to the grand finals, and of course, there's even the qualifiers that we don't have information about. But you could see the dominance all throughout from day 1 up until today. Chasing Dreams is just the runaway strongest team in FSL Wild Rift Open 5.
Definitely a wild ride for Wild Rift Open 5, and we're looking for more here. Chasing Dreams, really strong team, really strong players, and hopefully we could see more of them in the foreseeable future. And that's about it for Wild Rift Open 5, powered by Intel and Yahoo. Thank you very much for making this tournament possible. Once again, my name is Infinity, and this is Autolus. We're your shoutcaster, and it was such a great honor to be your shoutcaster for this tournament.